Hey, so in this video, we're going to show you how to connect a Facebook lead form to SMS conversations via Zapier. So as you can see, I have this example lead form filled out and ready to go. You can see that I'm requesting email, name, and phone number, and I specifically used the first name and last name form fields rather than full name. And the reason is because Zapier cannot separate the first name and last name when they're put together in one field. So as you can see here, we have first name, last name, email, phone number, and that's by checking first name, last name, email, and phone number. And so you need to use these separately if you want to collect their name and not the full name together. Otherwise, SMS conversations will have their first and last name under the first name field. So when your form is all set up, you can just click Finish. And actually, let me turn that off and click Finish. And it's saved. And we're just going to make sure this is turned off. It's in draft mode and turned off. So we're going to publish this. And when it's done publishing, in just a second, we're going to head over to Zapier, where we've already connected SMS conversations. We're going to head over here to Zapier, and we're going to say Make Zap. And so when you do this, you will see some apps that you use frequently. But if you haven't used it in the past, you can just type in Facebook right here. You can see that Facebook Lead Ads is a premium feature. So you have to pay $20 a month to be able to use it. And you get some additional zaps and other features with that. So we're going to click on Facebook Lead Ads. And at this screen, we're going to say, yes, we want, when a new lead comes into Facebook Lead Ads, it's going to be our trigger. It's going to be what sets off this zap, this sequence. And you can see we have an account already set up. If you don't have an account set up or you want to use a new account, you can say Connect Account, and it will connect to a different Facebook ad account for you. And so we have Save and Continue. And this is where we're going to select the page and the form that we want to use. So I'm going to select the page and select the form. Again, this is the one we just created, Zapier to SMSC example. Say Continue. And we're just going to skip this step and say we're going to use the example leads that Facebook provides. We're going to pull in samples. Click Continue. And now it says, hey, you need to set up a new action step. So we're going to do that now. We're going to connect to SMS conversations, which again is something you should have done in a previous step. And we're going to select Send a Text Message. So you can, if you like, send a slide broadcast message, very similar way that we're going to do this. And both of these options will also allow you to add them to a list while the text message and the slide broadcast message are being sent out. So if you just want to add them to a list and not take any other action, then you can do this. If you want to send a text message or slide broadcast message while also adding to a list, you can select one of these. So I'm going to press the text message and Save and Continue. And we already have an SMS Conversations account connected. Again, you can connect another account if you'd like. Save and Continue. All right, so here's where we have to start filling out some information. This is going to pull from your SMS Conversations account. So we're going to click this drop-down menu, select the phone number you want to use. We're going to select the SMS message that you want to send. And so if you can see in SMS Conversations under frequently used texts, you can create your own texts. So you can say add message. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a example Facebook ad, Zapier to SMSC example, and we're just going to say, hey, here's your example text. Or click Save. And just like with all the other texts, you can use the information here. So let's actually do that real quick. We can actually use their first name. So, hey, first name, here's your example text. Click Save. Now that is saved inside our frequently used text, and so back in Zapier, when we select our SMS message, we can actually search, and let's actually reload because this is a new one. Zapier to SMSC example. And we could also add them to a contact list, which actually I don't have any set up, so let's set up a contact list real quick. Do not have any lists. I'm going to click save. And again, we're going to have to refresh it. And save your example. All right, so here's where this is going to be the client's phone number. This is the information coming from Facebook. So this is the example Facebook information. So our phone number, we want to put in the phone field. Our first name, we want to put in the first name field. And this again is why you're using first and last name separately. Last name in that field. And we're good to go. We can click continue. Now what we're going to do is send a test to SMS Conversations. Now obviously this phone number isn't a legitimate phone number, and so when we refresh this page, it's not actually going to be able to send out a text because it's not an actual phone number. We're going to click Manage Contacts, and we're going to see this example, the dummy data for phone, test lead for first name, test lead for last name. You see it's all set up in Zapier list, and if this was a real phone number, the text would have gone out as well. And all you have to do is now is click Finish. And we can name our Zap, and we can turn it on. And now it's good to go. Whenever someone fills out that Facebook lead ad, now they're going to be added to SMS Conversations, and they're going to be sent a text. Now, as you know, right now, SMS Conversations does not support email fields, so you can actually add a step, and you could add this contact that you just sent a text to. You could add them to MailChimp, for instance, or you could add them to ActiveCampaign, or you could add them to Infusionsoft, just as a few examples, or to Evernote, or you could simply email it to yourself. So those are a few examples of what you could do. Just as an additional action, you start with the Facebook lead ad, send them the text, add them to SMS Conversations, and then you can send that same data, that same person, to other areas as well. So there's a couple ways you can connect Facebook lead ads to Zapier, connect to SMS Conversations, and do even more with those leads that you pull from Facebook lead forms.